this dude. And me and him, we got into a big you back and forth.
Yeah.
And there's like, he was like, call me the N-word. I know you want to. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I got more black kids than you do.
What up, y'all? Podcasters and streamers is like the new rappers. They beef more than the rappers now. Charlemagne, Joe Budden, and now we find out Vlad got a big time problem with N.O.R.E. But everybody like N.O.R.E, right? Let's find out how this unlikely rivalry was initiated.
Caught up, and his wife was. We were friends. He was doing Vlad TV a lot, and then when he got Drink Champs, he asked me to do the show. I said sure, but I said I'm not going to drink, and he got upset about that. Oh, but that's the format, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. There was a back and forth, and we stopped talking to each other for a while. And then I circled back with him maybe a couple of years ago, and I'm like, listen, something, my bad. I know this is your format. You've done my shit a bunch of times. I'm going to fly myself to Miami. I'm going to get my own hotel, my own security. I'm going to come do your show, and I'm going to drink. And I'll stay as long as you want.
Well, that's
the
dope.
3-hour interview is one of the big, I think got like 2 million views on his YouTube channel. It was one of the big interviews on his channel during that time. And, we kind of got back into our friendship. I considered him an actual friend, right? Because the next day we went out drinking during the day and we caught up, and, his wife was there and his friends were there, and we, took pictures, and it was dope. And now we're back in contact again, and we're chilling, and, we're talking to each other regularly. And maybe like a year passed, I say, hey, what do you think about doing Vlad TV? He's like, yeah, man, I got you. All right, cool. So I go to Miami, run around. He would hit me and he would ignore his calls, whatever. He'd be in LA, I try to hit him, he wouldn't respond. Oh, my bad, I was doing this. Then I'll come back to Miami. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna do it this time. Run around. And then it was like, the last time I was in Miami, like he told me he's gonna do it, but then just wouldn't give me a time or a date. And it's getting close to the end of my trip, and I'm still getting the runaround. And it turned into like, we started basically talking to each other over text. And at the end, he's like, something, man, I'm sorry. You my friend. Like, I'm tripping. You're right. When I come to LA, we're going to do this, whatever else comes to LA. Ignores my calls again. And then I seen him do a media run with like Tony Ayo and them, and like do like a bunch
seen
of
him on Joe
smaller,
Budden.
doing a bunch of small podcasts. And I was like, man, this, bro, this dude. And me and him, we got into a big you back and forth.
Yeah.
And there's like, he was like, call me the N-word. I know you want to. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I got more black kids than you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's the best you got. He goes, oh, you racist. You don't own me. I said, we don't own each other. I did your show. I flew out, did your on my own dime. I'm already in your city. I'm just asking you to show up. You told me you would do it. And now you give me that runaround. So anyone doing N.O.R.E show, just know that when it comes to return the favor, he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Start charging N.O.R.E to do Drink Champs from now on. Because know that when it comes, in return, he's going to screw you. N.O.R.E's about N.O.R.E. His word don't mean he's a snake. That's the way I look at it. I don't N.O.R.E anymore.
I wonder how is Drink Champs still doing this? I felt like there was a time that we used to anticipate every week. There was like some epic. I don't know if it's still there.
Well, that was during the Kanye era.
Yeah.
Big interviews and so forth.
I think we're in a different era now. The different era is not you have that one-on-one interview or this person that no one could get. It's hey, you have the person that's probably accessible to everyone else, or the person that no one else thought to interview, and you're going to make the best content. I think you've pioneered that because,
I try, man. I try. But I've always been handcuffed in terms of my access. How Atlantic Records was here with you. They don't.
Yeah, Atlantic Records showed up with a briefcase,
with
Trippy's album. They're like, hey, go listen to it, please. They brought a briefcase with an iPod. They're like, yo, please listen to the album.
Yeah.
I'm like, I respect it.
I haven't talked to Atlantic in probably like 10 years.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. These beefs, sometimes we don't know whether they real. We know they're not street beefs, which is good. Everybody get to go home and see their family. Are they plays? Are they clout chases? And since the interest in hip hop as a genre, not the people and what's going on in their life, but the music has dried up. The media has turned on itself. YouTuber against YouTuber, podcaster against podcast. Like, it's ridiculous anymore. But since the clicks and views come from the drama, we all like it, right? It's entertaining. They have to create it themselves. Now, I did hear Charlamagne say he still got love for Joe Budden. And then people he worked with is saying him, Joe Budden, and Act need to collaborate. Because that's what the other side does. But our people don't want to see that. Our people want to see the back and forth. So they just giving the people what they want. Because all the rappers are in jail or on hiatus. So there's nothing to talk about there. Let me know in the comments if podcast beef is really that interesting. Appreciate y'all tuning in. MPSC, no problem saying everything. Second take. Dell, we out.